hello, welcome. Am I audible to all of you? A very welcome to today's Inner Circle session. Hope everybody is charged and energized, and let's start today's session. So I just want to call all the students who are there and others will join. So very welcome Bhavna, Gurleen, Krishna, Mayank, Parthvi, Rajshri, Rajiv, Sachin, Satyam, Shivani, Shreyas, Vishal and Yashika. So let's start with today's session. I hope if everybody is in and they're ready to start and have new learnings for today, everybody will write in the message BIU. Bring it on. Right? Everybody write in the chat box BIU. Everybody. Yes. I hope the energy is up. Yes. We have to crack UPSC CSE 2026 prelims without overwhelm, without fear, with process, with strategy, with structured learning. And we have to give all our energies into that. Okay. Everybody is ready. Are you ready for that? Okay. So today, let me take you today's session. So what I'll do in today's session, we'll focus on multiple things. So what is our mission? What is our goal right now? Our goal is to crack UPSC CSE 2026. And today we'll deep dive into the preparation. PYQ deep dive will understand how UPSC thinks. I'll give you some examples. I'll make sure that the learning goes to next level. Now, please don't experiment with things. Just hold on. I'll have to, just hold on. I have to remove the settings because, just hold on. It's long when, just hold on, because it just don't try to touch things. Okay, fair enough. Don't touch the screen, guys. Yeah. Okay, so today we'll understand how do we master the prelims. And here, very important part is that the static and dynamic areas. There are three parts of the session. The first is we'll decode PYQs. I'll give you some examples. In between, we'll also ask Sir to add. Sanjeev Sir will also add and give some inputs. And the second part is the PYQ based quiz. So we'll have 15 question quiz. And in the last part of the session, we'll have one-to-one where we'll discuss about how do we if there are preparation issues are there, how do you start? There are preparation overwhelming approaches are there. So we'll understand all that, and that is how learning will go. Okay, so let's understand. I hope everybody's ready. Everybody's ready. How is the Josh? The energy is high or not? The energy must be high. I hope the energy is high. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so let's understand the first part of the session. The energy has to be high. Yeah. Okay. I want everybody to participate. Now remember UPSC CSE examination. When you try to understand, PYQs are not past questions. They are future signals. You can actually predict the pattern of the questions based on that. When we look at the journey of UPSC CSE, one thing always understand. In UPSC, there are questions which are predictable. Now, when you try to see the questions of last few years, you will find that there are always questions you solve kar sakte hain. There are questions you comfortably solve kar sakte hain. And there are questions that you cannot solve. Now, a good aspirant will first distinguish that. They will identify it and do that. As per my understanding, my experience, I'm telling you, even in the toughest paper, you still have 35 to 40 questions जो आपको बहुत easily आप approach कर सकते हैं, which comes from the static areas where you can have an accuracy of 80% plus. Now, these are your entry towards the prelims examination. यानी अगर ये questions को आपने identify कर लिया, you're able to score well, you should be able to do that. Then the second set of questions are the moderate questions. Maybe 25, 30, 40, 35 questions are moderate in nature. Those questions, current affair derived hote hain, and for that current affair understanding has to be there. Now today, I'll also share some AI hacks with you. I'll share some prompts and all the students who are there in the class, aap sabhi logo ko main on live, I want you to, I'll share the things, that prompt, and you will put that in your chat GPT right away today itself, and it will definitely blow your mind if you are using chat GPT and the AI based tools regularly. Okay, so are you ready for that learning? Okay, let's take it next level. So let's understand quickly. I'll just take 10 minutes to complete this. So why PYQ is important? Because PYQ are windows toward the UPSC's mind. UPSC repeats themes, not questions. UPSC will ask questions in a different fashion. They will interlink to a concept and they'll ask questions here. So UPSC will help you to understand what topics I should be studying more. They can also understand what kind of questions UPSC might ask. They will help you to elimination logic if there are any. Now, normally I do not subscribe to the approach of the easy elimination logic, but still, अगर आप देखेंगे तो there are questions which can easily be solved with the understanding and derived learning. Now, that is where it is very important to understand that PYQs. In fact, I'll tell you one example. This year, one of the students who cracked prelims, he was facing the problem, and because current affair तैयार नहीं था, and what I said that especially in subject like history, so what we said that we made a list of topic, and then we shared that list of topics stating that you can follow these, and he followed that topics, and fortunately a lot of questions came from there. Now that वो जो topic हमने choose किया, that was purely based on logic and the PYQ trend. So when you are able to do that, your understanding is very effective. Okay, so let's understand the pattern. For example, same concepts are repeated. Now, when you go and see, for example, if you see fundamental duties are asked multiple times. The same concept of parliamentary system, you'll find that questions repeat. Judiciary, the questions, themes repeat. The topics kind of repeat things. For example, I'll give you a very good example. Right now, the vice president elections happened. Now, this vice president election is very important current topic, but you can link with static. So even the current affair is based on the static areas. बच्चे क्या करते हैं? Now remember, here UPSC will do. Now they know that you have gone through the static the current topic, और आप vice president पढ़ के आए होगे. But they will ask you very integrate details. एक depth वाला question पूछेंगे. They will create some confusion there. And if you have not read properly, अगर आपकी तैयारी अच्छी नहीं है, आपका revision अच्छा नहीं है, recall अच्छा नहीं है, they will put some minute information, and you will not be able to arrive at the right answer. Now, if you follow the last year PYQs, आप देखना 25 के क्वेश्चंस देखना. I'll talk about economics, and संजीव सर इसमें ऐड करेंगे. In the economics topic, even IR economics जुड़ा हुआ है, World Bank, IBRD, International Bank of Reconstruction and Development came. Many students made mistake, and when I asked them कि आपने क्वेश्चन क्यों गलत किया, they said, sir, revision was lacking. Sir, I could not filter it. I said it was pretty straight logic. You should have filtered it. Now imagine करिए ऐसे आपके 5-7 क्वेश्चन गलत हो जाते हैं, and these questions have to be solved because these are your ticket towards the mains examination. तो आपका mains का prelims will only help you to get the ticket for mains examination. Mains is a different game altogether. So that is where it is important that we understand this logic. Okay, so because जो मैं बता रहा हूँ शायद आपको पता ही है, a lot of you know that, but when I'm telling you with data and logic, it is able to maybe validation हो जाता है, and you are able to push there. Now see this. Now I have taken 2 examples. Fundamental duties came multiple times. This question came in 17 also. This question came in 13 also. Okay, so you can see fundamental duty. Now static areas से fundamental duties. Then अगर कोई topic 2 बार 3 बार आ रहा है, you have to follow it multiple times. It becomes compulsory. Now second part is how do we tackle the current affair. So what you will do that, and everybody can note this down, that आप क्या करोगे, that you will go to the last PYQ subject wise approach में, you will go through the last 15 years PYQ, and you will write the topics. Now I'll also share the trend because what strategy videos में trend वाले videos भी हैं. You will just, whenever you are going that, write the kind of all the concept that were there in the last 15 years. Make a diary, note these topics came in the PYQs, and see the pattern there. You will find that there are patterns. For example, banking questions repeat होते हैं. The concept of market based questions repeat. Concept gets repeat. Theme gets repeat. Banking के questions, monetary policy questions बार बार repeat होते हैं. Statement twist करके देते हैं. And if you have read them properly, your answers you'll be able to solve them much better. So it is very important that we understand this part. तो मैं आपको छोटा सा example देता हूँ. UPSC will never ask question directly. Now, if you feel that PYQ से directly question solve हो जाएगा, तो answer is no. They will have a static concept with current trigger. Now, for example, कोई भी news है, उसका जुड़ा हुआ article आ सकता है, constitution, anything which is there. Now, I will give you one example of last year. Now, see this question. This question is from economics section, and this question talks about syndicated lending. Now, a lot of you might not know कि syndicated lending क्या है, अगर economics आपने नहीं पढ़ा है तो. But syndicated lending is a consortium lending जहां मिलके आप lending करते हो. Now, if you see this question, now suddenly this question looks very heavy to you. अरे ये क्या आ गया? ये syndicated lending क्या होता है? Syndicated loan क्या होता है? Now, people who have read banking properly, in fact मेरे notes अगर आप ढंग से पढ़ोगे तो there have discussed about the concept of consortium lending, syndicated lending, and when you see this, you can see here, you can see ये हिंदी में, you know, this question was from current base, you know, twice, you know, this question came. ठीक है, तो आप अगर देखोगे इन क्वेश्चंस को तो यू विल फाइंड दैट ये क्वेश्चन डायरेक्टली हिंदू से है. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते हैं, दे आर नॉट रीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर प्रॉपर्ली. तो सिंडिकेटेड लेंडिंग न्यूज में था, मल्टीपल टाइम था, बट यू डू नॉट नो. सो बट अगर क्लास में भी, फॉर एग्जांपल इन क्लास आल्सो हैव डिस्कस दिस कॉन्सेप्ट, बट वो कहीं से मिस हो गया या आपका रिवीजन वीक रहा, यू कैन नॉट रिकॉल इट. So this syndicated lending spreads the risk of borrowers default across multiple lenders. Yes, because syndicated lending में एक group lending होता है. Let's say आपको 500 करोड़ का लोन चाहिए तो 4 बैंक मिलके दे रहे हैं. Now that is called syndicated lending. Syndicated lending can be fixed amount, lump sum of funds, but cannot be credit line. नहीं, बिल्कुल सही, मतलब credit line भी हो सकता है, lump sum भी हो सकता है, fixed amount भी हो सकता है. So this statement 1 is right and 2 is wrong. तो यहाँ पे easily आपको ये concept पता होगा तो question solve कर लेंगे. Okay. Similarly, now see here, this is from pure NCERT. अब ये NCERT से क्वेश्चन आया. Now when you look at this question, you can easily solve this question if you have understood the basic concept. अब यहां देखिए farmers plow. Farmers plow एक working capital है, no, it's a fixed capital. Computer fixed capital. Yarn used fixed capital है या working capital है. So when you look at this, आप petrol working capital है, fixed capital है, तो easily you can arrive at the answer and you can be able to identify that. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से इफ यू सी दीज आर मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स, बट यू कैन सॉल्व दीज क्वेश्चंस ओनली इफ यू हैव वेरी थरो, बिकॉज क्वेश्चंस इन डेप्थ आएंगे, डिराइव्ड लर्निंग से आएंगे. नाउ हियर आई वुड आस्क संजीव सर टू कम, एंड संजीव सर आप कुछ इसमें ऐड करना चाहेंगे क्या?
हेलो टू ऑल. सर मैं कहना चाहूंगा, लाइक ट्रेडिशनल सब्जेक्ट है तो आप
ओके, योर वॉइस इज जस्ट होल्ड ऑन. संजीव सर एक बार, हाँ आपका वॉइस नहीं आ रहा है.
यस सर, एक मिनट.
हाँ सर, एम आई ऑडिबल? आप ऑडिबल?
जस्ट 1 मिनट सर. हाँ, यही कहना चाह रहा था, करंट अफेयर्स के साथ इशू ये है कि आपने तैयारी कर रखा है तो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व होगा, नहीं तो नहीं होगा. अब ट्रेडिशनल सब्जेक्ट में आप एक बार कंसेप्ट तैयार हो गई है, आप मान लीजिए कम्युनल अवार्ड आपने एक बार पढ़ लिया, एक बार जहन में चला गया तो हमेशा वो याद रहेगा. करंट अफेयर्स इसलिए अच्छे से पढ़ना पड़ेगा. इन पार्टिकुलर कई बार मैं देखता हूँ हिंदू पेपर में इन ब्रीफ होता है, जो छोटे छोटे हेडिंग के न्यूज होते हैं, तो कई बार स्टूडेंट्स का ध्यान नहीं जाता है और यूपीएससी वहां से पिक करती है. वो टॉपिक छोटा दिखता है लेकिन होता बहुत बड़ा. तो करंट अफेयर्स को भी अच्छे से पढ़ने के लिए आपने जैसे सिंडिकेट लेंडिंग की बात करी है, तो ये सब छोटे छोटे में ही दिखते हैं लेकिन यूपीएससी उसे बड़ा कर लेते हैं क्योंकि इम्पोर्टेंस उसकी अधिक है. तो मेरे हिसाब से करंट अफेयर्स को बहुत अच्छे से देखना होगा, कोई रिलेट तो करना
एंड
होगा.
वी विल हेल्प यू देयर. अभी मैं आपको दे
हाँ
रहा हूं सर, पिछले इनर सर्कल सेशन में सर हैज शेयर्ड लॉट ऑफ टॉपिक्स एंड वी विल कोलेट एंड शेयर इट विद यू. बट अभी आपको एंड में डॉक्यूमेंट में सर हैज, यू नो, कुछ टॉपिक जो रेलेवेंट थे सर हैज शेयर्ड विद लिटिल कंटेंट, बहुत कम लिमिटेड कंटेंट है, एंड डायरेक्टली आप यूपीएससी के प्रीलिम्स के क्वेश्चन निकाल सकते हैं वहां से. सो आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर दोस थिंग्स. नाउ बिफोर गोइंग अहेड आई वांट टू नो, डू वी मेक सेंस? आई वांट टू आस्क योरसेल्फ, how many of you understood? Everybody write me. Everybody write in the chat box, write me. Have you understood what I'm saying? What sir has said? Write me. Write, everybody write me. I want you everybody to engage. Okay, it's pretty cold in Delhi, I can understand. Right, the energy should be high. Okay, wonderful.
So now my chat box isn't working.
Chat
The
box
chat
काम नहीं
box
कर
is
रहा है.
disabled.
Chat box disable है, just hold on. नहीं बेटा, disable तो नहीं, others are putting, just hold on. एक सेकेंड. Can you just see if you can access सुयस, अभी आप एक्सेस नहीं कर पा रहे हो?
No, sir. The chat box is disabled.
Others can do it, right? Okay, ठीक है. चैट बॉक्स तो डिसेबल नहीं है, किसी का भी डिसेबल नहीं है. Is it disabled?
Is this
यस
new
सर,
chat?
मेरी साइड से भी नहीं हो पा रहा है चैट।
न्यू चैट में जाके क्लिक करेंगे, वहां पर एज आईएएस का ऑप्शन आता है, वहां से कर सकते हैं।
Okay, okay, okay. You can go to the new chat. एजाइज का ऑप्शन आएगा. Okay, you can do there. Right. एक second. Okay, maybe I'll have to do some hands-on here. काफी कोविड टाइम में जूम हम लोग रेगुलर करते थे, तो आई वाज वेरी कंफर्टेबल. अभी भूल गए हैं बहुत सारी चीजें. न्यू सेटिंग्स हैव कम. ओके श्योर्स, आई होप यू गॉट इट. ठीक है. नाउ कमिंग टू let's understand. So now you can see the questions of UPSC. Now again, I'm not here to solve the questions of UPSC CSE, but the idea is to help you do that. तो UPSC का जो questions, जैसे ये static questions है, concept based questions है, ये गलत नहीं होने चाहिए. Because when you are making mistakes in such questions, preparation will get heavily impacted. Now see this question. Venezuela. Now Venezuela, I remember in my class, Venezuela की economy के बारे में I have discussed this multiple times. It was in 23-24 because Venezuela was going through economic crisis. So when Venezuela was going through economic crisis, so it was very natural that it was discussed. World economy में मान लो economically किसी country में कोई issue चल रहा है. So recently, now see this question came 2 years ago. Venezuela has achieved rapid recovery from economic crisis, succeeded in preventing its people from fleeing, migrating to other countries. Now this statement is wrong because Venezuela is still going through crisis, economic crisis. ठीक है. अर्जेंटीना में हाई इन्फ्लेशन हो रखा था. तो द पॉइंट हियर इज दैट सच न्यूज आती है बीच बीच में, बट वी मिस इट. ओके. नाउ इफ यू हैव लिटिल आइडिया अबाउट वेनेजुएला कि वहां पे इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस चल रहा है, यू कैन क्विकली एलिमिनेट द स्टेटमेंट 1. आप स्टेटमेंट 1 को एलिमिनेट कर लोगे, या अभी रिकवरी कहां हुआ तो इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस चल रहा है. सो ऑटोमेटिकली मोमेंट यू आर एबल टू फिल्टर दैट, यू विल अराइव एट द आंसर. बिकॉज इफ द स्टेटमेंट 1 अगर इनकरेक्ट है, नाउ यहां पे देखो अगर स्टेटमेंट 1 इनकरेक्ट है, सो ऑटोमेटिकली द आंसर इज डी. Okay, because in the first 3 statements, statement 1 is correct बता रहा है. So what I'm trying to say here is that आप बहुत easily आंसर पर arrive हो सकते हो. So but it will require a lot of attention to your understanding as well. So it is very important that students जो हैं वो छोटी छोटी चीजों पे ध्यान दें. UPSC will, when you study the same thing multiple times, okay, your recall is better. Now this is something that all the good aspirants do. I'll give an example. One of the student cracked prelim this year and he did not even cover current affair. I cannot name him because preparation की cycle अभी चल रही है. The exams are on and on. So without covering current affair, but the static was so strong, the accuracy was almost 90%. लक्ष्मीकांत से क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, अपने क्लास नोट से क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, डायरेक्ट और डिराइव, thus you are able to solve them very thoroughly. So that is what I'm trying to say. तो इसलिए आपका स्टैटिक बहुत स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए. Your notes should be made properly. Your NCERT should be revised properly. If you see, sir has already shared the list of NCERT. हमने list share किया था. Go through every chapter, read them thoroughly. Don't do new source, avoid them. जब ये सब चीजें करोगे तो प्रिपरेशन आपकी बहुत आसान हो जाएगी and things will start working and you'll gain confidence also in the journey.
और उसमें एक पॉइंट ऐड करना चाहूंगा सर मैं. जितने हम लोगों ने लिस्ट दे रखा है वो सारे इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक दिए गए हैं. ये नहीं कि हमने सारे कंप्रेहेंसिव दे रखे हैं. जो इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर्स हैं वही दे रखे हैं. तो एक तरह से लोग के लिए
मतलब वो लिस्ट एग्जॉस्टिव है. दैट लिस्ट इज क्वाइट एग्जॉस्टिव जो आपके एग्जाम की रिक्वायर्ड है. एंड व्हेन यू गो थ्रू द लिस्ट आपको लगेगा अरे ये बहुत लिमिटेड चैप्टर्स है. बायोलॉजी के स्टूडेंट्स केम टू मी आस्किंग सर ये किताब पढ़नी है क्या. आई सेड नो, ओनली 4 चैप्टर्स ऑफ बायोलॉजी एंड योर क्लास नोट्स. उसके बियॉन्ड आपको नहीं जाना है. ठीक है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हियर मनसेज सर ने एनवायरमेंट इकोलॉजी का मॉड्यूल ले रहे हैं. ही हैज ऑलरेडी कवर्ड दैट मॉड्यूल. आपने उसके 15-16 लेक्चर्स कर लिए. ही हैज कवर्ड दैट इन 40 आवर्स इन द क्लास. उसके बाद आपकी एनसीईआरटी एंड देन योर करंट एनवायरमेंट टॉपिक्स. डोंट स्टडी द हैवी मार्केट के जो गाइड्स हैं उनको आप कंप्लीटली अवॉइड कर सकते हैं. इट विल नॉट गिव द आउटकम. एम आई राइट सर?
ऑफ कोर्स सर, ऑफ कोर्स. चूंकि कॉन्सेप्चुअल है, आप प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन देख ले रहे हैं प्लस करंट अफेयर मिल रहा है. अगर इससे अधिक आता है तो फिर नहीं बनेगा, लेकिन बनना होगा तो इसी से बन जाएगा.
और अगर नहीं बनना होगा तो निकलेगा ही नहीं. एनी बुक कैन, नो बुक कैन हेल्प यू. ओके, सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी डू दैट. ओके.
अब मैं तो बुक का नाम भी लेना चाहूंगा. एक PMFIS करके गाइड निकालते हैं लोग. इतने बल्कि है सर कि कोई स्टूडेंट पढ़े, ठीक है स्कॉलर तो हो जाएगा लेकिन यूपीएससी में पक्का फेल करेगा. मैं कभी भी उस बुक को सजेस्ट नहीं कर सकता. इतनी हेवी बुक लोग मार्केट में उतार चुके
मार्केट
हैं.
की. Okay, my own experience, I have cleared 3 prelims. मैं कभी भी बल्कि किताबों को नहीं पढ़ा. Primary sources and multiple revision. तो वो and I'm not saying that people are not studying, but if you have time, अगर आप 28 और 29 में एग्जाम निकालना चाहते हैं तो आप पढ़िए, कौन मना कर रहा है? But if you want to crack it one attempt, first attempt, 2 years of time, then be very thorough and be very specific. ये यूपीएससी का रूल है, ये कोई आपको नहीं बताएगा. No coaching will tell you that study less. They will say ये भी पढ़ लो, वो भी पढ़ लो. And unfortunately, and I'm saying this with a lot of authority and responsibility, unfortunately, even teachers को नहीं पता है कि पढ़ना क्या चाहिए. This is very sad. मतलब उनको पता नहीं, वो they will flood you with material, notes, overwhelm कर देते हैं बच्चों को. Again, not any specific, I'm not pointing anyone, but this is a general trend. Okay, because this industry also works on fear psychosis. मैं आपको कह रहा हूं कम पढ़ो, वो कह रहा है अरे वो तो नहीं वर्क करेगा. So but we have proof of concept. We have seen, सर का experience है, we have seen, and we want you to flourish. मैं चाहता हूं हर बच्चा जो क्लास में है वो प्रीलिम निकाले. Everybody here in the class should be able to clear the prelims. On 24th of May at 5:30 p.m. when you come out of the hall, from inside you should have the feeling that I'm clearing prelims, and you message me or sir saying that sir I'm clearing prelims. What should be my strategy for mains? So mains के लिए कैसे शुरू करना है? That is the answer I'm looking at. Now before going ahead, how many of you want to send that message to me on 24th May? I just want to ask how many of you want to send that message? Because I also want that message. कितने लोग वो message मुझे करने वाले हैं? Tell me. Everybody write me. I want everybody. No hands up. I want message. I want everybody to message me. Sir, मैं ये message आपको करूँगा. Okay. Yes, I will just write it. Affirm it. You are already there. आप already select हो चुके हो. But now you have to make that effort. We still have time. Yes. Have that. When you feel positive, actually life में चीजें होती हैं जब affirm करते हो और effort करते हो. Because when you affirm, the effort comes next. So tell yourself that you are a winner. I will overcome all the negativity. सारी नेगेटिविटी को ओवरकम करके मुझे एग्जाम निकालना है. And even people who are targeting 27, आपको भी प्रीलिम निकालना है. Even to people who are targeting prelims, you still have time. I will clear prelims. Moment I see the paper, मैं खुद सॉल्व करूंगा and I should be able to clear the cutoff. That is something that I want from each one of you. तो ये प्रिपरेशन की जर्नी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बेटा, घबराना नहीं है. You have to make and push yourself. Okay, now this we already discussed about elimination. Only, always, extreme words, ठीक है, unfamiliar option, ये सारा हमने डिस्कस किया था. Okay, so now we have PYQs, topic wise analyze करना होगा, topic wise, subject wise, link static and current. Always, now we will also share. Remember, sir, हम लोग आपको, we still have lot of time, but every time has to be utilized. We will share subject wise. उस पे हम research करेंगे. I'll provide you topics which are in news of the static, of the dynamic area जिससे आप static को मैप करो. In fact, the static is only dynamic. Remember, जो आपके static topic है वही dynamic topic भी है. This is a common mistake. People believe that अरे ये static और dynamic अलग-अलग है. Both can be integrated and very effectively you can do that. So this is where the focus has to be. So we have discussed about and how do we analyze PYQs, topic wise, static, current, and हमने micro notes के बारे में बात किया, elimination के बारे में बात किया, and we have to follow the PYQ approach.